Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Finger Guns Podcast with Tony, Dave, and James. I am Become Death, the Destroyer of Worlds. No, I'm James, and I'm joined with
Big Tasty Tony B.
Excellent, and
Dave Dramatic Baldwin.
Oh, you're dramatic today.
Yeah, I wanted to be dramatic.
Oh.
I was gonna just say I'm Barbie, but I didn't feel like it.
Why couldn't you just say you're Dave the Destroyer?
That's true. That's
Dave the
true.
Destroyer.
Okay.
He
So
only
go,
wishes.
okay, so go back and post and just cut me to Dave the Destroyer of Worlds.
Way to steal my whole thing.
Yeah,
That's nice.
you're welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I mean, I like that I could finally mention that and
Well, I
get
knew
to
that.
actually talk about it.
Thank
We
God
will,
Oppenheimer's
yes.
still relevant right now, so it's
Right.
still okay to talk
Thank
about
God
it.
it's still in IMAX. Dave
It's-
was fucking shit the bed.
He was going to see it.
I know.
My blood. If I didn't manage to pull it off the third time, I was going to be fucking furious.
You have had to like send a letter to Christopher Nolan and be like, hey, look, life keeps getting in my way.
I tried.
Can you build me an IMAX theater so that I can see this, please?
I would definitely, if I had the money, I would make a legit IMAX theater or
Yeah.
buy the Cinesphere
That's it. That's the dream. By the Cinesphere.
and then fucking just run whatever I want.
Yeah.
Spring Breakers.
Spring Breakers.
That was never made in IMAX.
Doesn't
You know
matter.
what? I
Doesn't
don't care.
matter.
Playing
Doesn't
it in
matter.
the Cinesphere.
Doesn't matter.
Whatever,
Skrillex and fucking surround sound.
whatever print harmony can give me, I'd run
Yeah.
it in the Cinesphere.
Yeah. Yeah. Up converted for you. Anyway, we got a regular episode.
It's about time.
Let's get through all of our usual segments and see where that gets off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready for it?
Just fucking hit
Let's
it.
set up this
Let's do this thing.
fucking finger guns thing. It's all right. We get a best man worst.
Yes. It's been a while.
It has
been a while.
It's been a
It's been a
time.
while.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Who's got a best?
You want to go first? You want me to go first, Tom?
You know what? No. Tony let off all of the fucking film festival shit. Dave, you go first.
It's not my fucking fault. I watched everything. You guys didn't.
I tried to watch everything. I tried to watch as much as I could. And it didn't work out for me, Tony.
Some are stronger than others.
Some are stronger than others. But the in the past few days, I will say that I watched Sometimes I Think About Dying and It Lives Inside.
Nice.
And both of them were soft.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, very
Sorry,
soft.
Sean.
Very soft.
Although I think Tony did warn you about both of those being soft, so
Yeah, well, he liked Sometimes I Think
Oh,
About
that's
But
Dying.
I did
It's
have the
true, you
caveat
did
that
like
it wouldn't
that.
be for everybody.
yeah, that's true.
It was pretty soft.
I think I was pretty spot on in my.
I think you were fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess my best is a gentleman by the name of Paul Rubens. The brilliant Paul Rubens died a few weeks back.
Oh.
So, in honor of that, I finally watched Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
First time watch?
Yep. Never
Nice.
seen it.
Nice.
I've never seen it. Like, when I was watching, I was like, I recognize everything.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's such a touchstone that you
Yeah.
recognize everything. And
yeah,
it's just...
yeah.
It's just so sweet, and it's just like he's so committed to the bit.
Right.
He's so committed to the bit, and
Right.
everybody else is just taking it seriously, and they're not being assholes about it type
Right.
thing, or they're not like like
Yeah.
everybody's taking it dead serious, and just there's just so much ridiculous shit that happens, and like so many tiny Tim Burtonisms.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because like Large Marge, like, do you know who Large Marge is? So she shows up and like she like turns into like a shrunken head thing, like a Tim Burton.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
okay, yes, I know Tim Burton made this.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there's
yeah,
like
yeah.
this slight little macabre like undertone.
Yeah.
Like it's still sweet
It's
and
creeping
wholesome.
in from the sides.
It's still sweet and wholesome, and it's really funny. But
there's
there's
darkness.
just like there's some darkness on the edges.
Nice.
Just kind of hanging out on the
It
edges.
is
Nice.
Tim Burton. He can't.
Yeah.
He can't completely come out of the darkness.
That's true.
Yeah, it was his first big break too. So,
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
and I know he it was either on Twitter or Instagram. He thanked Paul Rubens and like, hey, you gave me like my first big break. Like I wouldn't be anyone without you, man. Type thing. And like, I don't know if he showed up in anything else, but him and his girlfriend in the movie show up in Batman Returns, and they're the Penguin's parents.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh
yeah.
fuck! I didn't know. I knew that. I knew about him. I didn't know the girl.
It's the girl too.
That's funny.
And then that Gotham show, he shows up again, and he's the Penguin's dad again.
Oh,
yeah.
Like
nice.
it's not connected to Tim Burton, but it was like
it's
because he was the Penguin's dad in one thing. Like he showed up again.
Yeah,
That's fucking
so
awesome.
track it all the way back. That's very cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
Nice.
Now I want to watch Mystery Men because I know Tony has it, and I really want to watch it.
He is so fucking funny as the spleen.
Oh yeah. we lost a good one, boys.
Yeah, we definitely lost a good
We
one for
lost
sure.
a good one.
I watched that recently, and he was hilarious. And that movie is just fucking weird.
And Mystery Men?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Tony, best.
It is a film from Indonesia.
Ooh, Indonesia.
It was a movie called The Night Comes for Us.
Nice.
It is a Netflix movie. If you've seen The Raid, The Raid 2, or anything from Indonesia,
Sure.
you'll definitely like this movie.
All right.
It pits our boy Iko Uwasu against Joe Tatum. If you don't know who that is the gentleman who plays Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat.
Got it.
And he also is one of the leads in the criminally underseen TV show called The Warrior.
Yes, I still need to watch that.
Season just started.
What's that?
New season
New
just
season
started.
just started. Excellent. He is fantastic in that movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, whoever thought it was a good idea to put fucking Ego against this guy, like, shake that man's hand, because that movie is batshit insane.
Nice.
It is directed. I just want to get.
I vaguely remember this movie being brought to you by the color red.
Yes, there's a lot of red and a lot of blood.
Sure. Yeah.
It keep talking while I'm searching.
Is the one fight scene like the three guys are like trying so that they're trying to break into the apartment, and the three guys are trying to like hold them back, and they're like slowly getting like chopped to pieces type thing? Does that sound familiar?
That sounds familiar, for sure. It's directed by, I'm going to butcher his name, but I'm going to try it anyway. Timo Tajajato. He directed a movie that we saw at TIFF called Headshot.
Ooh, Headshot.
With Iko. And he's actually a horror director too. He's done some horror stuff, and you can really see in this one the reason why I like it so much is because you can really see like his horror roots in there because of how viciously violent this fucking movie is. Like these two main actors, Iko and Joe, they're just fucking tanks, and they just go through hell. And the fight choreography in it is it's almost like a dance, because they just let the camera roll, and there's very few cuts, and they're literally just beating the ever living fuck out of them. Each other, and like the ending is like just like picture perfect, man. Like this movie is firing on all cylinders. It's about a mercenary. He works for this big it's either triads or yakuzas. He massacred. He's in charge of a hit squad. They massacre an entire village. Comes down to a kid. He obviously doesn't want to kill the kid, so he completely changes his ways, and he tries to save this kid. And of course, his organization that he works for doesn't like that,
right? And
they come after him.
Nice,
really simple premise.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely seek it out. We the three of us actually watched it way back when, back in 2019, I think. Yeah.
Those were
Remember the night where we
in the before times.
What's that?
In the before times.
In the before times,
yeah.
when we did the pizza in half. We folded the pizza in half.
Oh my god!
Oh, Green Book style.
Green Book style.
Yeah, I barely remember watching that movie.
Right?
Holy.
But that was the movie we watched that night.
Yeah.
I had never gotten through. I think I got through half of it that night and never went back to it.
No, yeah.
Saw it in Netflix a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it."
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it.
Excellent.
I just want the folding the pizza again. That was great.
No.
But those fight scenes, oh my god, they were a thing of beauty. Like nice. I like this director a lot. He's on the board to direct.
Fight coordinator was Iko.
Oh fuck. Well, then there you go.
Did we meet? We met this guy then.
We met this guy. We
talked to him
We talked to him,
afterwards, right?
Yeah. And you know what's
Was that the
funny?
guy that we met in the alley?
Yeah.
We met him in the alley.
If you remember that conversation, he was like, "If you guys like fight headshot, like you're gonna love what we have up and coming,
shit,
right?" And this was his next movie.
Nice.
So that's what he was referring to. He's on. I was trying to say he's on tap to do the remake of Train to Busan.
Ooh.
It's like Nightmare in New York or Last Train to New York or something.
Instead of Train to Busan.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm really excited for that.
Have you seen Train to Busan?
I have not.
That's fucked, man.
But
It's wild.
I've only heard good things. I can only imagine what this guy's going to do with it.
Yeah,
You know who's in it, Tony? Who? Don Lee.
Don Lee's in
Yeah,
it.
man.
Oh, now I gotta
You
watch
have
it.
to. Dave, put it on.
We gotta watch Don Lee for sure, man.
Man, that movie's fucking.
Does he fuck up
great.
some zombies?
Yes.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Does it sound like he's punching through a fucking tree?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So it's awesome, dude.
Nice,
It's awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
And we met Eco that night.
We
too,
met
didn't
Eco
we?
that night too.
We
Yeah.
met Eco. We met this director. Yeah. It was,
I
and that
remember.
was just a random happenstance, right? Because like we just like
We were
left the
leaving.
Ryerson and we were like, oh, well, I guess it's time to go because it was like fucking 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning by then.
Yeah.
Might have been even later. It might have
was
been close to
later.
3.
It was later.
And like we were just walking down the alleyway that connects back to like Yonge and Dundas, and they were just there.
They were
just
having a cigarette,
just chilling.
and we were just like, hey,
Hey, loved your movie.
yeah.
Yeah, we had a I remember that we talked to them for a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
And you reminded me that he did say if you loved it.
Literally, because I watched the movie and I looked at his filmography and then I was like, that
Oh,
movie,
right.
and then Headshot was right
Yeah,
under it. I was
yeah.
like,
Oh shit,
that's literally what he was talking about.
Yeah, that's fucking
awesome.
cool. That's fucking cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was my best.
Nice. That's good.
Let's go.
I just got 3 movies to throw out. I don't necessarily have them in any sort of particular ranking.
All right.
I'm going to start with the one that I promised I would make good on, which was deciding to watch Collateral after watching Sympathy for the Devil and realizing there's just a better movie to watch. Yeah, so I watched it again, and that movie still fucks, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
That club scene, does it still hit?
Fuck, that club scene is fucking nuts. I didn't realize all of the fucking names that were in this movie, too. Like, I think I hadn't seen Collateral in a while. It has been a while since I've watched it, but like, yeah, obviously Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx, but fucking Mark Ruffalo, Javier Bardem,
Jada Pinkett is in it too, isn't she?
yes, and what is it? Is it what the fuck is his stupid face?
They wouldn't have even been names then, though.
They were nobodies.
They were just that
Peter
guy.
Berg. That was who I
Oh,
was thinking
Peter
of.
Berg?
Yeah,
Okay.
Peter
I love
Berg's
when
the
Peter
name.
Berg shows up in random shit.
Right? It's just so
Isn't
good.
Jason Statham at the beginning too?
Jason Statham with a 1-line role right at the beginning.
And he's isn't he basically playing the transporter?
Basically, yeah, it's like loosely connected to the transporter. Fucking or the one guy that plays a Mexican and everything, Emilio Rivera's in it.
Love it.
There's just like it's just a random smattering of people, but like, fuck, that movie is so good, and it's such a vibe. Like, it's like the city's on full display, but like the rest of it is just like these character moments between Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise, and it just somehow works. I don't know. I don't feel like it should, but it does. And it's like Tom Cruise has some action to do, but most of it happens off camera.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, yeah, I'll be right back. And then the guy falls on the cab. Like, you don't see him kill anybody. Or like he goes and kills that other guy in the penthouse. And then he comes back down. And then it's like, oh, I got to clip these guys in the alleyway. But like, there's not a shitload of action that you're witnessing happen until maybe I guess that point when he starts just like,
Clipping in the alley.
yeah.
I believe the clipping in the alley. I think I saw that scene on Twitter the other day, and apparently someone somewhere who trains like people like handgun training, they
Yeah.
show that clip because apparently it's so real.
It's really good.
and he's so calm and collected
Yeah.
in that scene, and he's doing it all, and it looks so real that they're
Yeah.
like, we know it's a movie, but like this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, yeah, it's wild, and it just keeps going from there, and it escalates and ramps up, and all comes to a head and ends in kind of just like a nice way, I guess. Just as the sun is coming up, it happens over. I don't know. I fucking love Collateral. It's great.
Jamie Foxx got nominated for an Oscar for that,
Yeah.
but Tom Cruise did not.
Well, yeah, he didn't get to do enough Tom Cruising. He did get to run.
True. It's true. He did run.
And it was a nice running moment.
But it's probably for the best because Jamie Foxx won that year for Ray.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think he would have won. I don't think Tom Cruise would have.
He wouldn't have. No. But also,
he needs to go back.
Jamie Foxx got nominated twice.
Yeah, he got nominated for supporting.
yeah.
Supporting for Collateral, lead for Ray.
Yeah.
Would Tom Cruise would have been lead?
Yeah, he would have been
Okay, that
lead.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
He's got, Tom Cruise got to go back to
He needs to go back to that, man.
just
like,
doing some wacky shit.
like he needs to, not even the wacky shit. He just needs to go back to something that's just like a character-driven piece.
Yeah.
And,
Him as like a full-blown cold villain in this movie is just so different.
Yeah.
And like he's just that good. You can just do it.
Well, it's
Right?
Was he a villain? He's been
played
villains
villains before. Well, he was in Interview with a Vampire. I'm pretty sure he's a villain in that.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
What else? I'm trying to think of what else he would have been that would have been villainous. Well, he was in Magnolia, which was kind of a
No, but like full clear like antagonist.
that would probably be closer to the full tier antagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember them making a big deal, being like, "Ooh, Tom Cruise is a villain. You don't usually see that kind of thing."
I hate when they do that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then they forget.
Yeah.
Because like Tom Hanks was the villain in Road to Perdition, but he was an anti-hero. And fucking later on, they're like, "Oh, he's playing a villain. It's the first time." It's like, no, he did it before.
Yeah. No.
Also, small plug. I really need to rewatch Road to Perdition.
So do I.
That's a murderer's row of talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's all sorts of randos in that.
I will say though, Mark Ruffalo's look in this movie, wild. Just goatee thing going on and like slicked back, greased long hair. And just like
I remember this.
I had to squint. I'm like, is that Mark Ruffalo? I'm not even sure.
How was the visuals? Because that was like when Michael Mann was fucking around with digital.
Yeah.
How does that look now? I have
like,
it on 4K.
it's like
I haven't watched
gritty,
it yet.
right?
It's gritty. There's like grain added back. And it's like, it's gritty looking and very like, it has its own distinct style. I will say though, the club scene it looks fucking great and it's so well shot. And, but yeah, even like the things that he was doing with digital, I guess having like smaller cameras because they were digital and being able to sort of get into different areas. Like
It was like more like handheld, more shaky,
It was more consumer grade stuff.
Yeah. And it's like, but you really feel like you're in that cab and you're like occupying that space. It's very like, it has that claustrophobic feeling of two guys in a cab and that's all there is. And when he gets out of the cab, sure, but like everything takes place around that cab, which is also weird that Jamie Foxx was nominated for supporting for that because like he's so much of that movie. Like
the Oscars are always known for not
fucking
putting people
weirdness.
in the right categories.
Yeah.
Right? Like what's his dick was nominated in supporting Lakeith. And so was the guy from Get Out, the one who ended up Kaluuya was nominated in supporting too, and they're like, "Well, who the fuck's the lead then?"
No one, nobody led.
Jesse Plemons was the lead, and then like the favorite, like they pushed, like they're all basically the lead, but they let Olivia Colman be the lead, de facto lead, and then they took supporting type thing.
Weird. So
it's just a weird. It's a weird dance.
Yeah,
but it's also category fraud and better chances of winning.
Yeah, I guess.
Right?
Yeah. Anyway, Collateral's still great. Watch it again if you haven't seen it in a bit. And
I want to
just
show it to Melissa. Melissa
really
would probably like that.
I
It's
really want
good.
to watch it again.
Yeah,
I really
good.
want to
I
watch
have it on DVD and Blu-ray. I think I just need a 4K now.
I have the 4K.
Yeah, nice.
I have the 4K. I never had the Blu-ray or the DVD. Tony had the DVD.
DVD, yeah. 2-disc special edition.
Yeah, man. With just half of Tom Cruise's profile on the cover. Yeah. That's good.
I saw it theatrically.
Oh.
And I went,
la-di-da.
And I went with a girl. And I was very... that was an awkward situation.
I went with mom.
Nice.
Nice.
I don't think I saw it in theaters.
Probably would have preferred that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it post once it was on DVD. I don't remember why or how I got it, but
Weak sauce.
I know.
Dave, hit us with your meh
Yeah,
or second best.
Okay. So my Matt is a little film called The House Bunny with Anna Faris and Colin Hanks.
Oh no!
I've never seen it before.
How was that?
Tony's just giving me this fucking glare.
I'm just wondering why the House Bunny isn't meh and not worst for Dave of all people.
Oh,
Oh god,
Buddy.
no! We don't want to know what's underneath it.
anyway, it's just very it's a meh. Like it's not a bad movie. It's not a good movie. It's just kind of middle of the road.
Yeah,
It's like it's a PG-13, obviously, because I think it's trying to be very sexual, but not fully sexual.
sure,
And like half of it takes place at the Playboy Mansion. And Hugh
Right.
Hefner's a character,
of course.
and
Hugh
fucking
Hefner as himself.
as himself. Yeah.
Sure.
And who's the supporting cast? Rumor Willis shows up.
Oh
And
my
she has like a
God.
back brace thing. Emma Stone's there.
Yeah.
So it was before the Emma Stone really exploded. Kat Dennings shows up, and it's like I smiled and I laughed. Like Anna Faris, like she gives it her all. Like
Sure.
she is in it to win it.
Yeah.
And like I wish she like kept going with film acting, because she like got that gig on Mom, and then she was on that for like 7 or 8 seasons type thing.
Yeah.
And now she's making well, I don't know if she's making the right residual money, but
Definitely not.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
she's making some sort of residual money for the syndication.
Yeah.
But like she's so committed, and it's tragic she didn't get more leading roles after.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's my math.
Nice. All right. House Bunny.
House Bunny.
Cool. What do you got, buddy?
Don't got a meh. Got a second best.
Sure.
You'll understand when I say it.
Mm-hmm.
We lost a great director this week or last week.
Last week.
William Friedkin.
Yes.
I decided.
Billy Friedkin.
Yeah, you're on terms to call him Billy.
Well, he's no
Close
longer
personal friend.
He's no longer with us, so I'm good with Billy.
I decided to watch The French Connection for the first time
Ever?
ever.
Oh, good
I'm
for
telling
you.
you must have seen it.
I don't remember
That's-
it.
Huh. I'm color me surprised.
Yeah. Well, I will say that it didn't blow my balls off.
Sure.
Um,
Wait, did you watch the weird edited version now?
there's a weird edited version. I wasn't even aware.
There's a weird edited version.
Disney.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Disney Plus, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't.
It's on Crave too, but I don't know if that's the same version.
Well, I
but
don't know.
they censor a couple of, or they massage a couple of words.
Yeah,
So there's some racism for the time.
Yeah, most
Okay,
words
so-
that start with an N.
Oh no, those words were flying high. Those words were flying high.
Then yes, you watched
Yes.
the original version of it. Okay.
Yes, there was a mild controversy earlier this year that
Oh,
they
Jesus.
massaged it a bit.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
man.
I don't think we really understand how good Gene Hackman was in the 70s. Like,
Incredible.
he was something else, man.
Just the 70s? No, he was incredible the whole time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the whole time,
I
but
don't know, man. Royal Tenenbaums, fucking Unforgiven, like bangers.
okay.
But also,
Heartbreakers, bangers.
I was literally about to say Heartbreakers is coming to my mind right
Yeah.
now, and he was not good at
Welcome to Mooseport, banger.
yeah, excellent. These are great films.
He was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
But I want to say I didn't truly appreciate Roy Schneider until this movie, because it's such an amazing performance that he gives too.
Yeah.
Is it Snyder?
Snyder.
Scheider.
Sure.
Okay.
Carry on.
Big Roy from
Yes.
fucking Jaws.
Yes.
He was fucking incredible. That car chase though, I remember everyone blowing their load over the car chase, and the car chase is great.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I remember it being more epic than it was. I was kind of underwhelmed. And I feel like the reason why I'm underwhelmed is because I'm thinking of another particular car chase for a movie that we're going to talk about later.
Oh, all right.
So that's the pin that I'm going to put in that, and we're going to revisit that.
I think you really also need to put it in perspective of the times and what they were able to pull off. And I'm pretty sure they weren't allowed to do it.
Oh no, I was about to say that was done guerrillas. I know. I've read the story. I've heard the podcast episodes on that whole shoot. He definitely did a guerrilla, and I appreciate it. And what makes that car chase good isn't what's happening, is how they edited it. Yeah. Like how it goes from like his face to the car to like the chaos around him and to back, and then it's just such a brilliantly edited scene. Yeah. Like I feel like I like the editing more than I do for the actual scene.
No, that's fair.
That's fair. It's Chicago, right?
I want to say yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember when I went to Chicago, like I like walked by like where that would have been. Like I don't know if it was the specific spot, but immediately I thought.
Well, it was under. If it's Chicago, then it would have been under the L train, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the L. There's more than just the L train.
Yeah. But yes, it would have been under the bridged section. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Fuck. Yeah. Whatever.
Tell you a story about a bridge.
Yeah. But do you guys remember the ending at all? It just kind of abruptly ends.
It does.
Yeah, like the ending was really fucking weird. Like that whole like last like 10 minutes is just very awkwardly handled.
Yeah,
I not like, and it kind of took me out of it because I'm just like, wait, that's it?
Yeah,
and it just kind of goes right into the second one because he goes after him in France.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
was almost like it was like kind of like
if you really want to,
I'm kind of sour about the ending.
If you want to get into the weeds, Tony, that pin you put in, you could also put it in for your ending bit because the ending is very similar. It's very abrupt and just kind of ends.
Yeah. That movie won Best Picture.
Yep, sure did.
Popeye Doyle.
Yeah. I looked at what it was up against, and I'm not surprised.
But you shouldn't be.
but I'm at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to speak ill of Mr. Friedkin, but French Connection's not a Best Picture movie. I don't see it as a Best Picture.
But also look at what I was up against.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All I know is he followed that up with the fucking Exorcist.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like
also, the 70s were a weird time.
70s were a fucking weird time.
Yeah, because the code fell and
68.
The auteurs rose
up. Started, and then it was just a fucking weird time. It was weird shit.
Yeah, and then Spielberg, fucking Coppola, Spielberg, and
Scorsese.
All of them invented the
Lucas.
blockbuster.
Yeah,
and then that's all we had since then.
Yeah.
Blame them.
Well,
blame them.
You know what? We're overdue for another fucking.
Bring back the Hays Code. That's what.
People on Twitter want it back.
No,
there's people.
I implore these people to go watch any film from 1959 to 1966, and then come back and have that conversation with me because you do not want that.
They want it back, and I see a thread every fucking day about like how like we don't need sex in movies, or sex is pointless in movies. It doesn't really
add anything
to the movie, and they just get naked, and it's awkward to watch two people making or having sex, and I'm just like, okay, well, that's not how I feel about it.
Nope. Or millions of other people.
And if you think it's offensive, maybe you should just, stick to your animated films.
Yeah.
Happy-go-lucky stuff.
They've seen the box office numbers for 50 Shades of Grey, right?
Yeah. Right?
Like, that's
or even without even getting that close. Magic Mike.
This is true.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Read a fucking book.
Yeah.
James.
Which one do I want to talk about next? This is a tough call. No, I'm gonna go in. It's a throw. I rewatched Moneyball.
Ooh.
I love rewatching Moneyball.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, man. It's just fun. I think it goes on a little bit too long. Towards the end, I kind of get a little bit like, okay,
Jonah Hill's really good in that one.
He's incredible in it.
Fucking Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt's in that, and also just kind of like there. That's a thing.
Yeah.
And Philip Seymour Hoffman in it too.
Philip Seymour Hoffman is great.
R.I.P.
There's so many, like it's just such a good movie.
And it's
But I think it goes a little bit long.
It's about baseball stats.
Yeah. Baseball stats that are exciting to watch. Why? I don't know. Like they crafted this movie in such a way that it works.
It's because it's Sorkin. And
Brad Pitt does a really good job.
And there's some walking and talking.
Oh,
There's lots of
there's walking and talking. There's driving and talking. There's walking and talking. There's sitting in boardrooms and talking. There's a lot of phone calls.
And
Riveting stuff.
And the director's Bennett Miller, and he's always been solid.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's always been solid. Like, and he followed that one up with Foxcatcher, which was a fucking
Yeah.
That one's fucking wild too.
Yeah. But I was watching it and I was like, oh, okay, it must be close to the ending. And then I looked and I was like, holy fuck, there's still more to go. And I think that's the point where I was like, this maybe goes on slightly longer than I think it needs to, but I can't fault it all that much. It's baseball stats presented in a fun and exciting way, and Pitt and Hill and Hoffman and everybody in it just keeps it riveting the entire time. And really, you just vaguely occasionally watch a baseball game, but the rest is like behind the scenes nonsense, and they sell it and it works. Don't care what anyone says. It's great.
It had a premiere at TIFF. I don't know if it's the world premiere or not, but I was there, like in the crowd to see everybody. Like saw Brad Pitt with Angelina, which was nuts.
Angelina.
Yeah, that's how far back this goes.
Yeah.
And then we waited, and then they did a premiere of The Ides of March, which has George Clooney and Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
And they literally they both started on either end of the crowd and like went all around. It was amazing.
Huh.
And that's the night I told George Clooney I loved him in Batman and Robin.
Oh, that was that night.
That was that night.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
And the look he gave you.
It's a
did
a beautiful moment.
He did all of that. He gave you that dirty look and then shows up in the Flash.
That's true.
Fuck you, George Clooney.
Yeah,
That's
a fucking
true.
dick, man.
It's true. It's true. And also, even though it was George Clooney and Ryan Gosling, everybody was just kind of, everybody was calm.
Yeah.
Like everybody was screaming and stuff, but like there wasn't really anything bad happening type thing. But when I saw Brad Pitt, I swear to Jesus, it was pandemonium, and I got like thrown and pushed like 10 feet away from my bag.
Yeah.
Like my bag was way the fuck over there, and I was way the fuck over here.
Wow.
It was wild.
That's nuts.
Also, it's so far back that people were just getting autographs. They weren't getting selfies.
No selfies, autographs.
Getting autographs.
Wow. That's wild.
That's wild.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Fun.
I'm fucking old.
Yeah, man.
I was going to say, I like the song at the end of Moneyball.
Yes.
The daughter song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was super cute.
Yeah.
It shows up on my Spotify from time to time. Brings warmth to my heart.
Oh.
We saw that in the theater,
Sweet.
didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Nice.
We did.
Nice,
And
nice,
I'm
nice.
also overdue for a watch of Moneyball.
You should. It's still great.
I bet.
Maybe I'll put it back on my Netflix list. Okay, so the worst one.
Yes.
Well, we mentioned The House Bunny, and that was an Adam Sandler production.
Yeah.
Happy Madison.
Yeah.
So it's only right that I bring up another Happy Madison joint.
Uh-huh. Cobbler? Oh.
No, Anger Management.
Oh, no.
Which I have not seen since 2003. And I remember not being a fan of it back then.
Yeah.
Which says a lot.
Yeah.
And I know why now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm shocked you turned this on. You of all people.
Why? Why did you revisit this?
I don't know. It just felt like it.
Oh, okay.
Like, truth be told, it starts like you remember what the movie's about, right? So it starts very quickly. Like he meets fucking Jack Nicholson like in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and like he gets assigned anger management stuff within the first 10 minutes. Like it gets the ball rolling quick, which props to them.
Cool. Yeah.
And then it just becomes just one mean-spirited joke after the next.
Oh.
And it's just like ridiculous nonsense.
Yeah.
And then once you get to the ending and you realize what's happening, you're just like, okay, well, half of that shit shouldn't have happened. Why?
Right.
We're not laughing. I wasn't laughing then. And I'm sure as shit not laughing now.
Yeah.
But like Nicholson is like full blown unhinged Nicholson.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
But Sandler can't keep up.
Oh.
Obviously
He
not.
can't keep up. He's
No.
like in the passenger seat and he can't keep up.
No. Well, of course not.
And then just like they keep adding in like stupid jokes and just like things that aren't working. They're like, one of them is so they go to the anger management session and it's fucking like John Turturro's there, Louise Guzman's there, January Jones is there, and she's a porn star and she's in love
Great.
with another porn star.
Yeah.
And like their big thing is just like, oh, they just keep making out. It's like,
Oh,
oh, okay.
fuck.
I remember it was 2003. Seeing two
Yeah.
women make out on screen was a unique thing.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to see it.
But just like, yeah, John Turturro's just wacky. Louise Guzman is wacky.
Yeah.
Marissa Tomei's in it.
Doing
And
whatever.
she's just like kind of sitting in the background.
Oh, fun.
Is she
And-
the love interest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Alan Covert, his buddy, is like just like his one characteristic is he has a huge dong. So they just keep
Right,
making
yeah.
dong jokes. And I'm
Oh.
just like,
Is this? Yeah. Is it, what are we doing?
and then
Yeah.
it just gets to a point where you're like, why is this still going?
Yeah.
And then I know it might have been fine back then in 2003, but it ends at Yankee Stadium and there's a big baseball game. Derek Jeter's there.
Sure.
And
Of course, it's a Yankees game.
and
Were
John
you expecting the Mets?
John
Yeah,
McEnroe
kind of.
showed up earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry, John McEnroe?
Yeah, John
Yeah.
McEnroe shows up.
All right.
But he's not in that scene. He's in an earlier
Like
scene.
the tennis player.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. The angry tennis player. Yes. That's the joke, Tony.
I understand.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
And fuck. Before I even get to this Yankee thing, Woody Harrelson shows up as a cross-dressing hooker.
Cool.
Fucking Heather Graham shows up and is just weird.
All
I
right.
don't know. You're pretty much selling me on this.
No,
This sounds like typical
Don't
Adam
do it.
Sandler nonsense.
Don't do it. And then fucking Rudy Giuliani shows up, Tony.
Yeah, I read that in your Letterboxd review. I kind of laughed a
And
lot.
he does a Rob Schneider impression.
No.
rough.
Why?
Like he does the "You Can Do It" Rob Schneider.
Oh,
Fucking
no.
course he did. I'm
Man.
all in. I'm all in.
No, Tony,
I'm
it's
moving
bad.
this up.
It's bad.
I wonder if Adam
So-
Sandler regrets
It's
that.
so bad.
Adam Sandler does not regret any of his movies except Jack and Jill.
Maybe Rudy Giuliani showing up. Like it would have been okay then because the movie also has like these very subtle political undertones because
Right.
it was right after 9/11.
Of course.
So that's why Rudy Giuliani shows up and he's wearing a
9/11 hat.
9/11 hat.
Of course.
Yeah.
But it's
Never forget.
Does Steve
No.
Buscemi show up?
no.
Shocked.
I know, me too.
Genuinely
that's sad.
shocked.
No, he
And no
doesn't
actual
show up.
Rob Schneider?
Rob Schneider's not there either.
Well, what a waste.
You
Throw
know,
the movie in the trash.
but
Tuck it in the bin.
his other buddies are there.
Of course they are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
His other buddies are there.
The Moochers.
The Moochers.
And Nick Swartzen shows up in the House
I was
Bunny.
just gonna say, is Nicky Schwartz.
He's in the House
Nice.
Bunny.
Nice.
That's funny.
Tony, don't watch Anger Management.
Yeah. Please don't.
So my worst, kind of a meh, but the worst. I saw Meg 2: The Trench this weekend.
Oh, good.
You went to see that?
I went to see it.
Did you pay?
I did pay.
Oh, Tony.
Tony.
It was fine. I was gonna go to Ninja Turtles, and I ended up hanging out with friend of the podcast, friend James Whitson.
Yes, naturally.
Oh,
And
nice.
he mentioned we were watching TV or something, and we saw something for the Meg, and he was like, "Oh, I want to see the Meg," and I was like, "Oh, like I'm going to the movies tomorrow. Why don't we go see it?" And he was like, "Oh man, but you haven't seen Ninja Turtles." I was like, "Fuck it, like well, let's go see the Meg." I kind of wish I saw the Ninja Turtles,
Yeah,
but you know what?
it's-
The Meg was still an experience, guys.
Yes.
If you ever turn to your friend during a movie that is a shark movie, and you turn to said friend and you say, "Hey, dude, where are the fucking sharks?"
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
heard. A friend of mine went and saw it, and she was like, There's not enough shark.
There's the first act. Cool, man.
Yeah.
You got that part in the trailer that's literally cut from the fucking trailer where you got those little monster things. They come out and then a T-Rex comes out and fucking snatches it, and then the T-Rex is just like, "Rah!" And when it does that, the fucking shark just comes up and literally just
Nice.
on its head.
Nice.
Great, right?
Yeah.
And then you got to sit through about what is like 50 minutes of corrupt humanitarian bullshit propaganda. Like, I don't fucking know, man. Like, just I don't know. I can't explain it to you. I just don't know. They got like a supporting character who must have taken script lessons from fucking Tyrese Gibson.
Sure.
Because like he's just ripping nonsense.
Yeah.
And he's from the first one. And apparently I don't remember anything of the first one. So apparently like he like went through like some trauma in the first one because of this time he has like his little safety bag. And in his safety bag he has like a flare gun, a pistol, like a bomb, like like whatever. He's like, oh, I'm prepared this time. Yeah. No. But I need to tell you guys, do you guys care about the Meg 2?
No. I was just, all I was going to ask was the Chinese actors. Is it very like, are they like amped up in the movie? Because like I know it's like a American Chinese production.
Oh, like it's like half of it's in English, half of it's in. So you saying that that makes so much sense now
because it's killing it in China right now.
Oh, I bet.
And that's the only reason this movie got made.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. Yeah, they're really. Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay,
I'd say so.
There you go.
2 kills that are worth the price of admission, boys. One of them they spoil in the trailer where like fucking Jason Statham's like riding that big wave and he like comes over the wave and like throws a torpedo or like a spear at the thing. Yeah. At the shark. But the best kill, a giant octopus emerges.
What the fuck?
Emerges. Okay? Just throw logic out the window.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Completely.
Why was it ever on the table?
So this octopus completely obliterates this helicopter, and helicopter blows up. Blah 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 blah. Statham gets off his ski-doo and he washes up at a part, and he just so happens to find a propeller. Mm-hmm. So what does Statham do? He picks up this fucking propeller that's literally 4 or 5 times the size of him, and he starts tapping it on the water so he can try and get the shark to come, and he's tapping it. Do you know where this is going?
Carry on.
He holds said propeller like this and waits for the shark to come because he knows the shark's going to be stupid enough to come and fucking and just like any other thing, shark comes to come and get him, and he literally just fucking digs that fucking propeller and slices that fucking shark in half.
Nice. Do.
Nice.
Worth the price of admission.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anything after that? Not so much.
Nice.
Not so much.
I just remember the first one was just, it was an R-rated movie that got neutered into a PG-13.
Yep.
And it just wasn't fun.
No.
Like other people told me like they had a blast with it. I was like, I'm bored. Oh, they're fucking shit up. Oh, the shark is doing something. I'm bored. It's over. Like I feel like it's the same thing.
It's I would say it's pretty much the same thing. Like I had a blast with James. Like me and James had a blast watching it.
Yeah.
We just wished that the third act was the whole movie. Because
that's the same thing as the first movie.
Yeah, because there's like 3 fucking sharks that come out. There's not just one Meg. There's 3 Megs in this one, and they go to an island called Fun Island.
Fun.
Yeah,
and they have fun.
The sharks did.
Oh, well, that's good.
Did you realize it was directed by Ben Wheatley?
Not a chance. Okay. I feel I wanted to put this in my Letterboxd review. I feel like this is the movie he did for them.
Yeah.
I think this is a them movie for him.
Yeah.
So that he can continue doing whatever the fuck he does.
Yeah. Like he was supposed to do the Tomb Raider sequel, and then that got canned.
So he needed a movie for them.
Yes.
Yeah. He needed a movie for them, and this was it.
He just needed some stock, man. He needed to make millions, and now he can go back to whatever he does.
He can start making like Free Fire 2 or the High Rise 2.
Excellent.
In the Earth. That one's fucked.
Oh, I need to see that.
Oh, dude, it's fucked.
You can't. You can see. No. there is nothing in this movie that can associate. What was his name? Ben Wheatley. Yeah, you couldn't tell it was a him.
No.
There's nothing weird. There's no. There's no.
I got a picture with him.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
But that was the Meg 2.
Nice.
Avoid it like the plague.
Got it.
Or just watch the third act.
I'll avoid it.
I just won't watch it. I hated the first one. I'm not going to watch the second one.
Yeah. Last movie. So on Friday, after I came back from the Jays game, my girlfriend had I think just a song. Yeah, she had a song in her head that was stuck in her head, and it was like the theme song from Emperor's New Groove. And it was like 11 o'clock at night at this point, and we just decided to watch Emperor's New Groove. And man, I haven't seen that since it first came out, I don't think. And fuck, it's fun.
It's a banger.
Holy shit. It's so good still.
It's a good one. Melissa loves that.
Oh, it's incredibly good. And like, it's quick as fuck. It's like 79 minutes. It's so fast. And it just hits the ground running from the beginning and just barrels through, and then it's done. And you're just like,
it's because it's a mess.
Okay.
The production was a fucking mess.
Yeah. And you could tell because like it's all over the place.
Yeah.
It doesn't really know what it wants to focus on for half of it. It gets sad, but then they cut away from the sad. Like they definitely lean into the comedy.
Yeah. It's definitely all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's still a banger for such a mess of a movie.
Yeah.
It's a banger.
Yeah. Yeah.
You threw off my groove, man.
Sorry. You threw off the Emperor's groove.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's insane. It's so insane. There were 6 writers on that movie.
I'm not surprised because it's a fucking mess.
Yeah.
But animation always has lots of writers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember reading up on it afterwards, and like it was supposed to be an entire John Goodman's character was supposed to be the lead.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and they were supposed to do other things with his family type thing.
Right.
Well, isn't that what the sequel's about? Isn't the sequel about him? It's like Kronk's.
That's not John.
That's not John Goodman's
character. That's Patrick Warburton's character.
Huh.
He's a fucking goofball.
Yeah,
but he's fucking great. He's fucking hilarious.
And the jokes in it are still good. Like they're solid, and David Spade works.
It's very much like what they were kind of like hinting at with Aladdin.
Yeah.
It's that like amped up by a million.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I remember reading that it was a fucking they had the release date and it was a mess, and they had to recut it and redo all sorts of shit with it.
That explains why it's only 79 minutes.
That is exactly why.
Jesus. But they got fucking Tom Jones to do 2 songs for it, and like that's wild.
Tom Jones is credited as theme song guy.
Yes, because he's theme song guy.
I love that.
And the sequel was called Kronk's New Groove.
Yes.
Yeah. But didn't we just say that?
Yes.
All right, calm down. Jesus.
Anyway,
calm down.
It's excellent.
I like it a lot. I like
Throw it on whenever you want. Just a fun.
Nice.
If you got a cool 79 minutes in front of you.
Nice.
Throw it up.
We're good with 79 minutes here at Finger Guns.
Finger Guns HQ loves sub 90 minute movies.
This is correct.
It checks all the boxes.
This is correct.
Anyway.
Well, since Tony mentioned Billy Friedkin earlier.
Indeed.
And
the late great
Billy Friedkin. And we basically forced you at gunpoint to watch it because we all seem to watch it.
Yeah.
James, tell me.
Well, no. Okay. So first of all, the assignment was to watch a Billy Friedkin movie.
I believe the assignment was to watch 3.
That's true. And I was like, I don't have time for 3 because this was like within a week of him passing. I'm like, I don't have time to squeeze in 3.
I got 2.5.
I've already seen The French Connection and The Exorcist recently enough that like I was like, what? Okay. But anyway, yes.
You should have watched Jade.
Yeah, it's on the list.
Or Killer Joe. Have you seen Killer Joe?
No, but it's on the list as well now.
Yeah, you need to watch Killer Joe.
I want to be in the room. I want to be in the room.
Cruising on the list.
I got halfway through
you
Cruising.
Gotta watch Cruising.
Yeah.
I got halfway through Cruising. It's a journey.
Yeah.
It's definitely a journey.
It's a good one. I enjoyed
what I've seen of it, but I want to be in the room with you for Killer Joe. That one.
I need to be in the room with you.
We saw that in a PAX theater and
Shit.
fucking. Boy,
I suggested it as my first movie for a movie club that I joined in pandemic times, and I almost got thrown out of the movie club for recommending it.
Oh, I also have Sorcerer on the list as well.
I want to see that as
That
well.
was the half of mine. I have 40 minutes left of the Sorcerer.
Nice.
So James,
Anyway.
tell us about To Live and Die in L.A.
I don't. Where has this movie been all my life?
It's right.
It's incredible.
It's very good.
It's wild. Fucking is it William Peterson?
Billy Peterson.
Billy Peterson as a lead.
What the fuck is with you, Dave?
As the lead in this, and like I've only ever known him as CSI guy, and I was like, holy shit, he's a baby. And then fucking the first face you see after that is fucking the youngest Willem Dafoe I've ever seen in my entire life.
So fucking
beautiful.
cute, man.
He's beautiful.
Yes,
Beautiful.
He is a handsome man.
He's still beautiful now, but he is extra beautiful then.
Yeah.
He is so beautiful,
See him in Streets of Fire.
I should.
buddy.
Yeah, so I guess quick synopsis. It's about money laundering and cops. Well,
And
Secret Service,
dirty Secret Service,
Secret Service agents trying to get the bad guy
By any means necessary.
by all means necessary.
Yeah.
Like that's how you That's how you launder money. Like apparently,
Yep.
like you don't like when you just see the hands. That's a legit money laundering
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Like he got
that
in,
was fucked.
like freaking got in trouble for it.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
He's
Like-
always been one for pushing boundaries.
And like apparently some of the money like got into circulation.
oh fuck. I'm sure
I think he
most of the
spent
techniques
some
are
of it.
fine
I
now.
wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all.
I'm sure most of it's like dead and old techniques now that no one uses anymore, and you can't use them anymore because like I don't
They've
know,
perfected
they've
it.
changed the printing
Yeah.
process or whatever. But yeah, that was fucking crazy.
It's a journey. My dad
There's a lot of heads that just get exploded in this fucking
a lot
movie.
of shotguns to the
Holy
face.
fuck.
So much shotguns.
My dad had this on. He taped it, and remember when that was a thing?
Yes,
He
yeah.
taped it off like fucking like TMN or pay per view or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It's like movie time or something.
Whatever the
Sure,
fuck
whatever
he
it
taped it
was at
off
the
of.
time,
And he
yeah.
made me look for it the one day.
Yeah.
And I found it for him and he's like, this is a great fucking movie. You should watch this. And I never did. And then I bought it and I got Tony to come over to watch it. And we just
Yeah.
sat there just with like our mouths open, just like, holy shit.
Did you get the arrow of it or
I have the shout.
the shout?
The shout. I got it just before it went out of print, and then Kino just brought it out.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm after the 4K.
I think the Arrow was just in Region 2.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think that was just a Region 2 one. But
Nice.
either way, I don't want to get into semantics. That
No.
fucking car chase is
Nuts.
crazy.
It's nuts.
Fucking balls to the wall,
Yeah.
man.
Like,
And it's edited perfectly again. Like,
Yeah.
what the
I was
fuck?
glued to the screen the entire
And
time.
like Billy Peterson is driving the car.
Yeah.
And the guy's reactions are legit fucking fear.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking nuts.
That's funny that I'm having some problems with my mic. That's funny that you bring it up that he's driving the car because that was one of the things Melissa said. She's like, wait, he's driving the car. I was like, yeah, he is.
Yeah. Billy Friedkin and Billy Peterson don't play.
Seriously.
I wouldn't be surprised if he jumped off the bridge too.
I wouldn't doubt it. I
Oh, yeah.
wouldn't
He's
doubt it.
base jumping off the bridge. Yeah.
Seriously, like that movie is batshit insane. It has no business being as good as it is.
It's fucking
And like
wild.
when I think of fucking 80s action movies, like this movie never really came to mind.
No.
But now, like I would put it in top tier, like top 3 for sure.
It's still got that Billy Friedkin like guerrilla style going on the entire time, which I think maybe is why it flies under people's radars of just like it doesn't look polished, and like the 80s was polish.
Yeah.
Everything had a sheen to it, if you will, of like very traditional, very well shot things, and he's just like out there sitting in a fucking car that's going like 80 miles an hour down a fucking underpass or something. Like it doesn't, I don't think it fits with what people wanted in the 80s, but it should, because it's great.
Well, you need to consider it came out in 85, so that would have been right at the height of like
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger
That's
and
it.
Stallone,
Yeah.
which is what the 80s action
Exactly.
was. And it also
Billy Peterson's not big burly man.
no,
Big burly man.
and it also like I know they're Secret Service agents, but it's basically a police procedural.
Yeah.
And like he's dirty.
Oh.
He is
yeah.
dirty. And like I don't think like I know Popeye Doyle wasn't exactly a saint,
No.
but like in the 80s, like the propaganda, like
It was different.
it was
wasn't
very
the
much
70s
like
anymore.
it was very much like praise the cops type
Yeah.
thing. And then
And even
this.
Popeye Doyle was like, it was done in the lens of, oh, he's doing this well because he's got to get the bad guy, so this makes sense. Like cops can do this sort of thing.
well, so
It never came off as, but no, for some reason, like watching this versus that. This, he's like Billy Peters. I can't root for him. He's just a scumbag.
He's a scumbag.
Well, he like fucking he gets the guy like John Turturro's character, and he
I was
like
about to
makes
say John Turturro shows
yeah,
up.
John
and he like
Turturro,
makes
yeah.
him like sign the warrant so that he can get him into his custody, right?
Yeah.
And then he fucking loses him, and like Billy
Yeah.
Peterson doesn't even fucking care that he lost.
He's
him.
like, well, he just, he goes and visits the doctor. So who was this name that they gave
Yeah.
me? Who's this black woman that?
oh my
like-
god! Like some of the choices that he makes, I'm just
Yeah.
like, you're such a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's
what do
an
you have?
asshole.
What do you have, fucking Robert Downey Sr. as your boss? What are you doing?
And fuck, like I always say it. I write it on everything I can, but fucking when he says you want money, fuck a baker. That
No,
is
you
the-
want bread.
Oh,
You
sorry.
You want bread?
You
Fuck a
want
baker.
bread, fuck a baker.
Yeah.
That is
The
savage.
delivery of it is
Yeah.
incredible.
Savage.
After
'Cause it's
just
like
hanging
this-
brain from the camera too, like damn.
that I couldn't believe
Yeah.
that either because he's like rock hard.
Yeah.
That was another scene where she's like, "Is
Yeah.
that?" I was like, "Yep, that's
Yep.
all Billy, buddy."
You've seen it. We all saw it.
And like I was like, how did they get away with an erect dick?
Billy Friedkin can do anything he wants.
I was listening to the
He's always pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
Always, every one of
Yeah.
his movies, he's pushing something.
I listened to the commentary on that part, and apparently he just like set up the camera, and he's like, "I trust you guys. Do what you want."
And he
type
just
thing.
left.
No, like I think he like he
Well,
didn't
he's
give.
still got it's film back then. He needs to make sure he's getting what he's.
Yeah,
No,
yes,
but like
yeah,
he
yeah.
stood back and he just like let them do what they wanted,
Yeah.
type thing, and like they trusted each other and they committed to that
That's-
part. But
yeah.
like I can't imagine a director today being like, you know what? You guys do what you want.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit back here with my cigarette, counting my French Connection money.
Counting these fake bills that I'm gonna buy us all coffees with after, because now I'm a proper money launderer.
But yeah, it's
great.
bonkers, and the editing is great, even though like the story is all over the fucking place
Yeah,
and
it's
fucking
a little messy.
it's very messy, and
Yeah.
the ending is very abrupt.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
a
but it's
lot
more.
of-
It's a little bit more put together.
Yeah,
Like it has like a catharsis, whereas
Eh.
like
I don't know if catharsis is the right word.
yeah, all right,
a comeuppance,
A comeuppance.
sure.
and also a liberal use of racial terms for Asian Americans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very liberal there. But
You got
we forgot something. Fucking Wang Chung did the
Yeah.
soundtrack.
Oh yeah. That was the first. So when I started watching this movie, I had to pause it when it said scored by Wang Chung, and it was like, if there's any reason to watch any movie, it is this score by Wang fucking Chung.
And fucking
Absolutely.
fucking they
It
go to the strip club
slaps.
and fucking Dance All Days is playing.
Yeah.
Like amazing.
It slaps, man.
Like I need that on vinyl. I need that. I need
Yeah.
the score to live and die in LA.
Willem Dafoe though.
That's true. Well,
Like
Yeah.
he is menacing.
he's
as the
always
villain.
menacing.
Yeah.
But like he's
yeah.
just like he's so good
just
in this.
excellent.
unhinged.
He's
Yes.
unhinged, man. And it's just so like there's some parts in this movie where I'm just scratching my head. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Like the part where fucking Willem Dafoe goes into the his girlfriend's what is it? The dressing room.
Yeah.
And then just takes her top down and just starts going at her tits while the fucking co-star is just watching them. Like,
Yeah.
There's some
it's-
questionable
there's some
moments.
questionable
Stuff
moments
just
in it.
happens
Like,
in this movie.
exactly. That's exactly what it is. Stuff
Yeah.
just happens.
Stuff just happens.
It's a vibe movie.
yeah. is definitely a vibe.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
vibe.
And it kind of it made me want to play GTA again. Like
That's fair.
it had some
Yeah.
GTA vibes for sure.
Sure. Yeah, I get
But
it.
I liked it so. I watched it with you and I enjoyed it, and then I watched it again and I was like, I fucking love this.
Yeah, I definitely liked it a lot better the second time around than the first time.
I liked it the first time I've ever seen it. I loved it.
It's good shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is good shit. So if you haven't seen that one, you should definitely put it on your list.
But yeah, pick anything off Billy Friedkin's filmography and go for it.
Including Jade.
Fell
Jade.
asleep 10 minutes in.
I guess you just don't like David Caruso.
I guess not.
That's
I
your
guess not.
problem.
That's fine.
But yeah, buddy, we need to do Killer Joe.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
we
in.
do.
I'm in.
They
I'm
say
here.
too.
They say the reconnaissance started with the Lincoln lawyer. No.
Killer Joe.
It's Killer fucking
Killer
Joe.
Joe. Excellent. I'm there.
Tony, get weird. We've been weird already, but you can get weirder. Go.
Yeah. One whole Shutter minute.
Evil lurking deep inside, its darkness knows no limit. So listen closely if you dare. This is the Shudder Minute.
Go.
Spooky. So for the Shutter Minute, we got a film called Bad Things.
I really want to see this fucking thing. Do not bring me down, Tony. Don't bring me. Oh,
Where is
Tony's
it? Scale
bringing me
1 to
down.
nocebo, homie.
Tony's bringing me down.
Oh, it's way under a nocebo. It might be a negative score, Dave.
So this film, it's about a couple girlfriends. They go away to their friend's hotel
Sure.
for a girls' weekend,
Yeah.
and shit gets out of hand.
Oh,
As it does.
cool.
And that's it. That's the movie.
Wow. That was riveting.
Yeah.
Great Shutter Minute. Thanks everybody for coming out.
So it's not good.
It's
bloody,
a riff,
isn't it?
It's a riff on The Shining.
Oh,
Sure.
fun.
I've seen reviews on Letterboxd comparing it to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I feel like that's a poor comparison, only because there's only like a 5-minute scene that you could compare Texas Chainsaw Massacre to, whereas like The
Right.
Shining is like it's trying to be The Shining.
Yeah.
The TV version or the Kubrick version?
That's the shinning.
It,
Don't wanna get sued.
it definitely doesn't hold a candle to Kubrick.
Well, I mean,
let's go with the
Little
TV
does.
version.
Little does.
This
are there
I don't-
elevator doors that do the blood thing?
no.
No. Well, then what's the point?
I don't want to put this. It does have a very, 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 very beautiful Molly Ringwald.
Oh.
Ooh.
Almost broke my neck. She is absolutely gorgeous in this movie. She's in it for a hot second too.
Oh.
I want to say that she's the best part.
Oh.
But this movie makes no fucking sense.
Not Hari Neff.
No. No, I didn't.
No.
I didn't really.
You didn't
No.
vibe with Hari?
No, I didn't vibe. I didn't vibe with this movie. It was hard. It's bad. It's
Cool.
bad. There's no.
Yeah.
I can't really explain it because I was very confused the entire movie,
Right.
and it's just so underwhelming, and it's rough. It's rough around the edges, and it's just a huge mess.
Oh,
That's
I wanted
unfortunate.
to see it
Yeah.
so bad.
That's
Definitely avoid this movie. If you're feeling it comes out this Friday. If you really want to watch a Shudder movie, I definitely recommend Nocebo.
Yeah. Pick something else.
Nocebo,
Spoonful of Sugar.
Spoonful of Sugar,
Spoonful of Sugar, yeah.
and The Bone Woman.
And the Bone Woman. Yeah.
Sarah.
Those are still up at the top.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
Love it.
I'm really disappointed.
I'm glad we missed out on this at Tribeca.
Yeah.
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 Okay, two
And
more
at
movies.
fucking South by too, I think.
Yeah.
Sad times.
2 more movies to talk about.
Woo!
Let's talk about the shittier one first.
Yeah.
I'm speaking, I feel objectively.
Yeah, well, objective. Sure.
At least I'm speaking the truth of at least this podcast. Yeah, let's talk about Heart of Stone.
Tom Cruise is gonna be real pissed when he sees this movie.
The new Netflix joint with
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot and fucking Buddy from 50 Shades.
Jamie Dornan.
Jamie Dornan.
Dornan, yeah.
Can we stop making Gal Gadot a thing,
Well, I mean, yes.
please?
She's made a lot of lucrative money over this last year. I'm just impressed.
I'm just happy that she's in a movie where she's in it for longer than 2 minutes.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great call out for this year for her, because the only other times I've seen her has been for a grand total of 1.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Once on top of a submarine.
Wave to the camera.
But
once she actually had a line, a speaking line.
She's good in other roles. I just did not. She's not a lead, man. I don't.
She's great in Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman,
The first one.
Yes,
which is
only.
still haven't seen the second one.
You don't need to.
You don't need to.
You really don't need to.
But Pedro,
you just want to see it. You
really
just want to see
don't
her fucking complain about the lack of Steve Trevor for a whole movie. Sure,
but he's there. I don't understand.
Do you know how he comes back?
Yes, I know how he comes back.
Yeah, it's Creep City, buddy.
It's pretty bad.
It's Creep City.
Pretty fucking bad.
But yeah, that movie's terrible. Don't watch it. But she's very, very good as Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand why she's not good in anything else.
Yeah.
Well, this just felt,
especially as a lead.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, especially after she was in that other fucking stupid ass Netflix movie,
Red Notice.
Red Notice.
Thank you.
We try and forget that movie exists.
Yeah, we all
that
do.
movie was painful.
I almost did. I could only remember Red. I forgot the Notice part.
That was so painful.
So painful. But like, she's just, I feel like all she's doing is she just wants to make a shitload of money, which, all right, Netflix is clearly willing to pay her exorbitant amounts of fucking money.
But then, like, why is Netflix wasting all their money on these fucking action franchises that don't fucking go anywhere?
Fucking garbage.
Like, you got this movie now, and then you had Red Notice, and then you had fucking The Gray Man.
Yeah.
What other fucking? They're all the same.
Yep.
They're literally all the same. I don't understand.
I was watching this, and I think I uttered a phrase I don't think I've ever uttered in my life. Fast and the Furious did this movie better.
That's rough.
Ouch.
That's rough.
Like,
let's give credit where credit is due, okay? It doesn't deliberately set up a franchise.
Sure.
Which
deliberately, sure.
Which Netflix,
for Netflix
is very...
that's some restraint.
That's restraint, okay? Doesn't deliberately do that.
Yeah. But what does it do, Dave?
And there's a couple of action beats that aren't horrible. I like the opening action beat. I think that's pretty fun.
I'm sorry. Gal Gadot has to do a CGI run off a burning helium balloon thing.
I said the beginning.
No, oh, sorry.
Tom Cruise himself would have done that in camera, like fucking mounted up and ready to go.
The CG was not great.
Garbage.
You know what? You guys say that, but the scene where they're falling off the helium balloon thing, it reminded me of Black Widow, because they do something similar to Black Widow.
They do, yeah.
And it looks a whole lot better than Black Widow.
It looked better than Black Widow, but that's a low bar to clear.
Black Widow would have cost much more money to make.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think the bones are fine. I kind of like the idea of like the secret organization, and everybody goes by fucking playing card names. But they actually also go by their real names too.
I am convinced that the entire reason that they go by playing card names is so that fucking Jamie Dornan can use that line at the end, and that is the only fucking reason that this entire thing exists.
You're right.
He's like, oh, what the fuck?
He says he has the ace and the four kings.
Yeah, the ace and the four kings. So like, he has the upper hand, sort of thing. And I guarantee you, these fucking writers wrote that first and went, all right, how do we get to this line?
Obviously, like I thought there was some cool ideas, and I like the man in the chair being Buddy from
I was literally about
Army
to
of
say
the Dead. And Army or. Den of what's that? Army of Thieves? Is that what it's called?
No, I'll get it for you. You guys can keep talking.
And he shows up in fucking Oppenheimer too.
Yeah. Well, that's because anybody who is white shows up in Oppenheimer.
This is correct. But I like I like that they have that thing, and it's like,
You were
and
right,
like
Dave. Army of Thieves.
Army of Thieves, and that they're using video game iconography and video game facades, because like when she has like the whatever the fuck eye thing, and she's looking for different
reality shit,
paths, and he's like playing around, like it's very much what, like if you paused it, like you'd half expect to see a game menu.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. And I like how they use that. I like how there's another movie that came out recently that uses video game motifs like well. And I know I'm pulling at straws, but I thought that was cool. And I thought the setup was fine. And then it just gets to a point where there's like a slight twist that you probably should have seen coming.
Everyone saw coming.
And then it just drags the fuck out, and then it climaxes, and then it goes for another fucking 40 minutes, and then there's another fucking climax.
It was 4 weeks later. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like you talked about the helium balloon. I'm like, this feels like an ending set piece.
That's what I mean.
Why is this in the middle of the movie?
I literally checked the runtime because as that scene was playing out, I was like, have I hit the ending already?
I was like, how was the third act going to be any different? Okay, all right, there was an explosion, sure. But then like the final, it was just like, what? And then they have this entire they have this entire fight, but the entire fight at the end is predicated on a ticking clock. And then, you know, she wins, she finishes the deed or whatever. And like, you know, it's the end. And I'm like, they're just kind of like exchanging last lines as he dies. And I'm like, you don't have time for this. There is a ticking. What are you doing? Like, you don't have time to have an emotional moment with the guy who quadruple crossed everyone. What are you doing?
Oh, when he was like, I fucking laughed out loud.
Yeah.
When he was just like, maybe in another life.
Yeah, go fuck yourself,
It's like,
Jamie Dornan.
I'll see you there first.
Yeah.
Like, what the like, when was that like romance? Like when was that ever a thing?
No, they hinted at it.
They hinted
Yeah.
at it, but like, give me a fucking break.
All the dialogue in the beginning was all, hey, Jamie Dornan's character in this group of MI6 operatives, he's the leader, but he's a little quirky, like he's a little jokey, witty guy. And this girl, the Asian girl, she's kind of the more stoic, calm one, but she likes to have fun and dance. And this guy likes songs. Like, I was just like, can you stop repeating your fucking one character trait over and over and over and over and over? Fuck off.
That dancing scene was weird.
It's so fucking weird. Why is that in there?
I was like, what is this? And like, I know very little about secret agents, but I feel like they don't
have a fucking dance party.
They don't have a dance party one, and they
Come on, there was multiple dance parties in 007.
and they also don't go out for what, churros and talk about the case or whatever they're eating.
Yeah, whatever tapas or whatever the fuck they went up for.
It must have been tapas, yeah. But they're like just talking about it, and they're just like hanging out like a bunch of teenagers eating pizza. Like, I was like, what is this?
It's just bad.
Like, are you trying to like? And then the rest, are you trying to be serious or are you trying to be jokey? Like, I don't understand. Like, I know why that's there to build up the camaraderie, but it doesn't, like, I don't like the phrase like check your brain at the door type thing, or like turn your brain off type thing. Cause like when you get into this, you know what you're in for, but like her falling from this helium balloon thing.
Yeah.
Rang more true than them hanging out and eating papas.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, watch any other action spy movie before you watch this. You just have a better time.
What the fuck is going on at Netflix? Because every big action movie that they've marketed has been complete fucking dog shit. You got 6 Underground. Everyone's saying, oh, Michael Bay.
Oh, there was that chase scene at the beginning is fucking awesome.
Okay. Tell me anything else except that chase scene about that movie. Cool. The Gray Man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? You got Extraction. First one. Okay, I'll give it a pass. But then the second one is a complete carbon cut, like double of the first one.
Whatever the fuck Red Notice is.
Whatever the fuck Red Notice is, right? I didn't hear good things about that fucking J-Lo action movie either.
The Mother or whatever?
The Mother, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is Jamie Dornan in that too?
Oh, fucking knows.
Fuck no, it's Gael Garcia Bernal.
Oh, I love him.
Oh, man.
But you're paying like fucking upwards of like $200 million for these fucking action movies.
Yeah.
And they're all fucking suck. You wonder why you're losing money left and right? You're making dog shit.
Yeah, maybe it's don't remember when they were like, we are gonna put out a movie every fucking week, and I was like, how without most of them being absolute horseshit, like
Army of the Dead's all right.
sure
that one's fun.
That one's all right.
But I've literally listed like 7 or 8 movies, and we've only said one that's good.
and there's hundreds more that have come out that no one fucking even knows exists.
And hundreds can remember. Like I can't even remember all of them off the top of my head. Garbage.
Hot garbage.
I still haven't seen it. There's one with Allison Janney.
Oh my god, yeah. What
one's that?
fuck?
That's another action one. Yeah.
Oh my
There's
god,
the one with Woody Harrelson. That's dog shit. Gunpowder Milkshake.
Yeah.
I still fell asleep 3 times. I've tried to watch this fucking movie.
I really want to see that one too.
But like Polar, that was another one that was supposed to be good with Mads Mikkelsen. That was a fucking travesty.
Yeah, honestly, like and even through this one, I remember like there was action happening on the screen, and I was just kind of staring at it. I'm like, I'm so bored.
I'm so
this is
incredibly
so boring.
And like we got like fucking 15 minutes into the movie, and I'm like, didn't I just see this movie like a month ago? Like,
yeah. Also, because this is now bothering me a little bit. They're driving through the streets of Lisbon, which also. Part of me, when I started seeing them go to multiple locations, I'm like, how much of this movie's a fucking tax write-off? Anyway, they're driving through the streets of Lisbon. Gal Gadot is driving this fucking van, and they're trying to escape and evade. 3 things actually I want to point out about that entire chase scene. One, they're still being pursued, and that is the time that they go, okay, so let's talk about what's happening. Why are you this good at everything? As you're being fucking what the fuck is wrong with you? Pick a better time. It's not this time. I know by the movie's logic, because the little twist comes up, you don't have much time left on this earth, but your character doesn't know that. Anyway, point 2, the framing of those shots are fucking terrible. There's the one shot that they do this, like they're going through this plaza, this overhead.
Oh yeah.
And it's like they're coming over the statue, but instead of just like going over the statue and having this like really cool view, they come over like the right side of the statue, and it just looks like muddied shit. I'm like, I don't even know what car I'm supposed to look at. Then also the soundtrack that is another thing after this, the soundtrack that is happening while this fucking van is driving makes no sense to the rest of the movie. It is like so heroic at the end there, and it's like, as they're coming through this plaza, we shouldn't be at heroic. They're still being pursued. Yeah, maybe after like everybody slams into a wall and they get away, sure, then you can play the heroic music like she succeeded, but you played it too soon. 4, the fight that happens in the apartment before this entire car chase scene through Lisbon.
oh, when the grenade interrupts the dance party?
Correct, which whatever.
It was a
smoke grenade.
It was a smoke grenade.
Yeah.
Flashbang. It was flashbang.
She's fighting a guy in the bathroom, and she throws him into the wall, and I was expecting a sound, and there was hardly a sound of this man hitting the tiles of the bathroom. And then I was like, that's weird. It feels like the sound mixing is fucked. Like they didn't properly add like Foley work where they probably should have to make these hits sound bigger, because it was very like, and I was like, okay. And then I kept watching it, and I realized that happens a lot in this movie, and the sound mixing is dog shit.
So clearly they didn't have a good Foley artist or no Foley artist.
Or didn't care enough. I'm not sure. I will say kudos to this. I have one thing to give a kudo to this movie on. It was lit well enough that I didn't have to like turn up my TV brightness.
geez.
I was able to see it.
That's fair. No, you know what? That's a legitimate
praise.
That's a legitimate
for
praise.
dog shit Netflix movies. That's pretty good.
Because like the Gray Man was just, it was called the Gray Man because it was a shade of, it was like 50 shades of gray.
50 shades of your luminosity on your TV is going to be cranked to 11.
Man,
Anyway, I'm done talking about this movie.
you're just very upset.
I hate that I watched it. I'm so mad that I watched it while I was fucking making dinner.
Well, you got Sony to blame for it because it was supposed to be Gran Turismo, and I was looking forward to seeing that in 4DX, and instead we had to watch this.
It's just
Fuck you, Sony.
just so bad.
Yep. So bad.
Another loss for Netflix.
Yep.
How many more L's are these fucking guys gonna take before they fucking
Lost
see?
for Netflix. Financially lucrative decision for Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
She made money.
Oh, of course she
Good
did.
for her.
Good
Good
for
for
her.
her getting the bag.
Yep.
Good
She's
for
got, her baby ain't gonna starve. She's doing fine.
And you know the reason she keeps showing up is because she's a former Mossad agent. Like, this is what she used to do for a living type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
So that's why they keep trying to make action stuff with her.
Yeah.
It's just
she's
not,
Just all bad.
She's not great.
she's not great.
No.
Yeah.
And she works better when she's in a an ensemble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if she's got something to play off of.
Yeah.
She did not have enough to do in this. It was just, it relied a lot on her. And I was like,
Yeah, because she's
No.
fine with your buddy Chris Pine.
yeah.
She's good with him. She's good with the cast of Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is she in? Chris?
Steve Trevor.
Steve Trevor. And I guess she's passable in Batman v Superman because that's just
Passable.
The movie itself is passable.
only the
Ultimate.
only
The ultimate.
only the ultimate cut, not
Yeah.
the original cut.
No, that movie's dog shit.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I liked it more than you guys, and now I'm down on your level.
Yeah.
Welcome. The movie was fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
I was
It's
really
bad.
upset by it.
It's bad.
I just wanted it to end quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The biggest sin a movie can commit is just being boring as hell.
that's true.
And it was boring. If you're
That's
not
true.
entertained, what is the point?
That's true. That's true.
Anyway,
So that's a pass.
yeah.
It's a
Major.
hard pass.
Hard
Yeah.
pass.
Do not. Even if you're lonely and bored one night, don't do it. Don't
Even
do
if you
it.
want to beef up your
Don't
letterbox,
do it.
your Gal Gadot letterbox
Yeah, you
numbers,
don't
do it.
Don't do it. You're
Don't
on
do it.
Netflix already. Just watch Moneyball. It's right there.
Or
Fuck, watch Anger Management.
Let's not go that far.
I'm
Let's
sorry,
not go
but
that
Dave,
far.
if Dave rates this higher than Anger Management, I will slap him on air.
Right.
He
Right.
won't. He won't.
I kind of want to
He
now.
won't.
Right.
He
He
won't.
wants to get slapped on it.
He's gonna get slapped on air.
Okay. Let's talk Oppenheimer.
Fucking finally.
I'm so excited to finally be able
I
to talk
saw
about
this
movie.
literally day 3, man.
Oh, it took me a week.
Tony, do you know how upset I am that it took me this long to see it?
Probably upset. Probably just as upset as me that I have
Yes.
to remember everything.
Yes.
I tried to go, Tony.
It's, you know what? He saw it. This is what
Can I still give him
matters.
grief? We can still give him grief.
We've given him 3 weeks
I
worth
get
of
it.
grief.
I've given. I understand. I've
I had
I've
family
speaked-
reasons.
I get it. I really do, and I really feel for you.
It's still chapping Tony's ass.
But it's still chapping my ass that I saw this. When did the movie come out?
21st.
21st.
21st. I saw this July 23rd. We had an entire film festival happen. And I have to like crawl back into my fucking memory so that we can talk about
Tony's
this.
watched 7,800 films since then, Dave.
I still remember it like it was yesterday. I didn't know if they...
So you saw it on IMAX. So we also
I saw it in 70 millimeter IMAX.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I thought the seats would be bad because they were near, it was It was like the last row before like the bottom rows.
Yeah.
I thought it would be bad and we were on the side, but it was fine. And yeah, I saw it in 70 millimeter. Originally, I was supposed to see it in like 70 millimeter at the Varsity, which
no.
But then I
You
found out
dodged a bullet.
I found out that they lost the print and it was a DCP, anyway. So I would have been fucking furious.
Yeah. So even still, you saw it the proper way, as Nolan intended.
I did, and there was a small fight that almost broke out when I was seeing it.
No.
Yeah, there were some gentlemen that came in who were hooting and hollering and having a good time, and I don't think they realized what kind of movie they were in for.
Right.
And the one guy had enough and told him to shut the fuck up, and then he told him to shut the fuck up, and then like I was pretty sure I was going to see a murder. Nice. And they left after about an hour because they started ranting and raving. But since our buddy Chris Nolan is deaf, it was too
doesn't
loud.
Really matter.
It was too loud to hear anything. And that was half the fun. Was they were like in my eye distance and like they were on their phone type thing, and they were just being assholes on the side. But I could barely hear them because it was so fucking loud.
Nice.
So fucking loud. And props to Chris Nolan for making this movie as long as it is, that they had to invent bigger fucking reels for it.
Yep.
And that they had to just start it.
Yeah.
No previews. Just
no previews.
Right.
No
in.
even IMAX intro. It was just like, hey, go fuck yourself. We're starting.
It said IMAX and then it started.
Yeah.
And then, but for some reason, I don't know if they did it in Vaughan, but in Mississauga, like there's no signage whatsoever suggesting that it starts right on time.
Oh yeah, no, there's no signage at Vaughan either.
People were coming in like fucking half an hour, 40 minutes in.
But like that makes sense because you guys saw it within the first week, so you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Or you might not have heard by that point. The movie's been out for almost a month now. If you still don't know that,
for sure.
Yeah,
why the fuck are people still coming? Like people were still like, I was like, half the theater's missing. It's supposed to be basically sold out, and then like they just kept coming.
Somebody on Facebook said something about it, and that's how I knew, because I was like, Melissa, we can't fuck around. We need to get there. And like I was like really like, you know how intense I get for the movies, and if we're fucking late, I'm really intense.
I was very upset yesterday before we got there, so I feel you.
Yeah,
I feel you. But I thought I told you too, because I had heard that it started right on.
No. I had heard beforehand, so I made sure we were there.
Idea, but like I'm usually like relatively early to the movies, not super early, but like relatively, and like it was a little bit touch and go. I didn't know. I still was like, well, we probably still have time. It's going to be okay. We got to our seats like 9 minutes before showtime, and then my girlfriend was like, oh, I'm going to go pee. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. Should be fine. I didn't really think anything of it. And then like 2 hit, and then it just started, and I was like, oh no, oh god. And then she like came right back in just after the syncope logo went away, and I was like, oh, thank fuck. Oh shit.
Melissa asked me to get fucking napkins 3 minutes before start time, and like, you know how Mississauga is. It's a bit of a hike.
You have to run.
So I literally just fucking zoomed, and by the time I got back in the seat, the fucking lights came down. I was like, thank Christ.
Yeah, it's a hike.
Yeah.
It's a hike, but
it was the same experience though for me though, because it was like 2:30, people were still coming in and sitting down.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
that would have pissed me right off.
Yeah,
but I'm glad I knew, because I'm fucking lazy these days, and just because I have my seat over, I used to show up way too fucking early to make sure I got a decent seat. Now fucking I reserve the seat. I can just show up whenever the
pretty
fuck.
much. And like usually with most of them, and I think that's what the general public does, or like they bank on the fact there's 15 to 20 minutes. Who fucking cares? If you really care about the previews, I guess, but like really there's so many commercials that even that you can budget about 15 extra minutes and you're fine.
What was the one movie the three of us saw, and they just said fuck the trailers, and the movie started, and we ended up losing like 5 minutes of the movie?
She said.
That's what it was.
She said, yeah.
She said. Yeah.
Anyway. Oppenheimer. Holy shit.
Yeah. Holy shit is right.
Holy.
I had tears in my eyes the first 20 minutes because of how beautiful it was.
Yeah.
It did look rather beautiful.
It looked fucking incredible.
I wish that he was able to shoot more of it in IMAX, because some of it is a little jarring. The quality of film is very jarring to jump between.
Yeah. And some of it had, like, at least in Vaughn, it had a little bit of a shake to it going on at times.
And there was some damage to the print in Mississauga.
Oh no!
Because I was like, that's how you know it's in film. It's film because there's a little bit of damage.
I still am thinking about, you know, that one. There's that one scene that he did choose to shoot in IMAX, and it's shortly Emily Blunt's character goes to find Killian's character in the woods.
Oh yes,
after that moment.
Yeah.
And he's really beside himself, but she, like, I think she rides a horse into the woods and, like, gets off the horse, and it's just her surrounded by the forest, and it's hugely shot on, like, a full frame 70 mil, and I was just stunned by that visual. It's like, I'm still thinking about it right now. Like, I can picture it clearly in my head, and I was just like, this is why the fuck he shot it this way. This is why the fuck he did this. It's gorgeous.
It feels very much like a culmination of everything that he's done.
Absolutely.
It feels very culminative. And it's an impressive film. I think he needs to learn to stop fucking around with time.
Yeah.
'Cause I think that's what kind of threw me for a loop. Like, there was just, like, at least for me, the first hour, there's so much happening.
There's so much, and
it moves
it's
quick.
so quick.
But, like,
but it's so much to absorb.
The guy beside me had his phone out, and I looked at it. I was like, and he was like 10:59, and I was like, that was only an hour.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
And then, but it's so jumpy, and then like the black and white motif is cool, and then it like kind of like, and then it goes color, and then I was like, I don't really understand what you're doing, but like, props to you for making a black and white camera, the IMAX camera that can do this.
Yeah.
For me, it was just, I liked it a lot, and I thought it was a masterpiece, but I think it's a flawed masterpiece.
Yeah.
And I think Killian is incredible in it.
Yeah.
And like, thank God he's finally getting his due.
Yes.
But there's just so many like random things where I was like, why'd you do that?
It's
Why'd
still
you do that?
It's still very much a product of Christopher Nolan at the end of the day. Like, it's as close to a full masterpiece as that man can get, with it still having weird shit throughout it that you're just like, oh, that's such a Nolanism.
Yeah.
Like,
and
that's
like
100% what he would do here. Like,
he still can't write women.
Yes.
He can't write women to save his life.
And like that random scene where he's getting interrogated or whatever, and then she's like having sex with the like Emily Blunt's envisioning like the sex.
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
I was like sitting there, I was like, the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then there was a couple other times where I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Talk about a fucking who's who of a movie, though.
Oh yeah. Me and Alyssa were talking about it after. Fucking let's go through the litany of people that show up. Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, let's start with fucking Josh Hartnett coming back.
Benny Safdie.
Yeah.
Fucking
Jack Quaid.
Olivia Thirlby. Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah.
Buddy from fucking Army of Thieves shows up for a minute.
Gary Oldman.
Robert Downey Jr. Alden Ehrenreich.
Yeah.
Florence Pugh.
Fucking Emily Blunt. Matt Damon. Like, I'm pretty sure I just counted like God knows how many people. And like, who's the guy who is in The Line, Tony?
Nat Wolff.
Nat Wolff. Fuck.
He was very good in this movie.
He's pretty good.
Casey Affleck. Rami Malek.
Rami Malek.
Yeah,
fucking Rami
Jason
Malek. Jason Clarke. Tony Goldwyn. James Darcy. Macon Blair.
David Dastmalchian.
Yeah. Like, just...
Dane DeHaan.
Yeah. Like, it's a murderer's row.
David Krumholtz.
Like,
Matt Modine. We're forgetting fucking Matt
Modine shows up. Yeah,
Matthew Modine.
Right.
Oh man, like, this was such, like, honestly, part of it was just like that fucking Alex Wolff.
It's Alex Wolff, not Nat Wolff. Alex Wolff.
Fucking, it was just the fucking DiCaprio meme of, whoa.
like just pointing at this. Oh, fucking this guy!
Melissa's like, I fucking hate watching movies with you because every time you see somebody that you know, you just start laughing. I'm like, yeah, because it's fucking funny.
This guy's in it too.
But like none of them really get to make, like some of them are good and some of them are great, but they don't really get to make as much of an impact on the proceedings as Oppenheimer does.
Yeah. It's Killian all the way, man.
Yeah. Like Robert Downey Jr. is very good.
Yes.
But I don't like that storyline as much.
Yeah, me either. You know what though? It did when I finished it. I immediately bought the book.
Nice.
So I've started reading American Prometheus. So I'm gonna see as I get through it how much of that book is devoted to the Strauss storyline and what happens between them.
Yeah, and like it's very subtle. Like I know Alyssa didn't pick up on where that storyline kind of like was playing out.
Yeah,
because they don't like go really in depth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't enthralled by that, but I was really, really enthralled by the whole Trinity project. Like even though I knew exactly what was coming, like I was still like edge of my seat, just fucking like watching.
Yeah.
And loved it. And the sound design in this movie is fucking nuts.
Insane.
The score is nuts.
That's Ludwig all the way though.
And like it's like there's scenes that are overbearing. Like maybe they fuck with the score. Maybe they've done enough since it came out that they fixed it so that I could hear everything.
No.
Because I could hear everything.
Nolan says no.
I could hear everything, but it's just so fucking loud.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of parts where he's like, I guess he's thinking of the theory and it like blows up and then it goes back. Then it blows up and then it goes back. And I was like, okay, like maybe not 2-second shots. Like maybe stick with it for a bit longer than 2 seconds. Tony.
I was just going to say to the sound design, I just remember the blast.
Yeah.
Literally felt it in my chest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how it's quiet and then all of a sudden it hits.
Yeah. And I remember, and like, it was funny, right? Because like for a second I was just like, wait, why is it quiet? I was like, oh, right. Because it's like 100, 200 yards away. That gets, you gotta get
wait for the sound to come to you.
Yeah. You gotta wait for time to catch up. I loved it. I thought it was absolutely wonderful.
I don't know if I would call it wonderful. I don't know if that's the word.
It was full of wonder, Dave.
It was full of wonder. Okay.
I thought it was absolutely incredible. Yeah. It was well worth the wait. I would love to see the faces of everybody at Warner Brothers. Now that this movie is like literally like making hand over fist for Universal.
Yeah.
I bet they're kicking themselves for fucking them over with fucking Tenet.
Well, they tried to bring him back already. They like sent him a check.
Yeah.
And they gave him an office. So I don't know if he took it or not, but
I hope he did. I literally hope he didn't.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Versus Universal, who probably gave him a blank check. It's like, sure, buddy, do what you want.
Do what you want. We don't even care. Just do what you want.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
But he is literally like making Universal buckets of money.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
It's gonna be like the number one, the top movie that never got to number one. It's nuts.
Yeah.
And they've like extended the IMAX run.
Yeah.
At least for the 70mm theaters.
Oh, all two of them in Canada.
all two of them in Ontario type thing.
Yeah. No,
there's some out west.
Yeah, in BC, I think. I don't think there's one in Alberta or the prairies.
Okay.
I think it's just BC and Ontario.
I know it's out west, and I know there's a couple. I think there's like 30 in like North America
that can do 70 mil.
That can do 70 mil, and then the rest, and then there's like 10 around the world after that.
Yeah,
which is nuts.
I'm also jumping on the bandwagon for the Oscar campaign for behind Benny Safdie. He was fucking awesome. He's one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Benny Safdie.
He was just so committed to the role, man.
Yeah.
Like every time he showed off.
Fuck off with your Benny Safdie.
Oh, fuck off. The fucking part before the blast and everyone's just like chilling and fucking Benny Safdie's just sitting there in his lawn chair with the
zinc.
face.
Yeah. The zinc all over his face.
Yeah, seriously, man. He was so good. And like I was really pissed off that like Rami Malek was just there for half the time, not say
some lines at the end.
At the end,
yeah.
I was just like, you can't have Rami Malek not deliver any words, and then he delivers the gut punch.
Yeah,
like,
I was like, there it is. There's our weird little guy.
What did you think of when he goes into the gym and speaks, and then it kind of like you see like kind of like they're all like cheering for him type thing, and then like he's seeing visions of like their skin falling off and stuff. What'd you think of that?
I really like that. I like the sound design. I like how he edited it. It was a really fucking tense scene. Like I was like very like anxiety ridden because you're like, holy fuck. Like,
and he did that again later on in the interview thing of just like the extra bright lights and like basically like the intrusive thought of like, what the fuck has he done?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like he's here, like, in the gym scene here, giving a rally cry, hoorah, we did it speech, knowing full well what this means. And then
and then later when they're like showing pictures, but they don't show them. You're just looking at his face.
Yeah. And then,
which I like the choice. I like that they didn't show it to you and they just left it for your imagination.
And then even the last bit with Einstein at the end, and just like when you find out what they actually talked about, and you're just like, oh, fuck, like that's how you end this fucking thing. Holy shit.
I just love that he always sneaks in a shot from the end of the movie into the trailer.
Right at the
It's always in the trailer. The last shot of the movie is always in the trailer.
I really like that scene. That's probably one of my favorite scenes.
It's a very good scene.
And it's just that like that moment where Einstein just looks at him and he's like, remember, it's for them, not you.
Yeah.
And it's like,
there's so much in that conversation, man. And then like, and it ties so many different loops together of like Strauss's whole thing too, of like, because he cuts to that right after Alden's like, do you ever think that maybe they just weren't even fucking talking about you?
Yeah.
And then you find out that of course he wasn't fucking talking about you, and like,
seriously.
Yeah,
Alden was really good in that movie too. Like
he's a great actor, Tony.
He's great. They pushed him too high, too fast.
Yeah. Like you wait until you see him in Fair Play. Like he's the real deal. They pushed him too fast.
Yeah, they gave him too big a role too soon that could never really be a role that he could pull off.
Exactly.
That no one could pull off, to be honest.
That was the last movie I saw in Mississauga IMAX before Oppenheimer.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You want to know the last movie I saw at the Vaughn IMAX before Oppenheimer?
Dunkirk.
It was Dunkirk.
That's the last movie I've seen at the Vaughn.
I saw Dunkirk at the Mississauga.
Was it you,
too.
me, and Cam?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. I remember that. It's a good time at the Colossus. Anyway,
I think it's very impressive.
Agreed.
I think it's very well acted. Cillian's always been a solid player, but he's not always the lead.
He's never really had his time.
He commands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he has had his time. He just
not like
it just passes him.
Yeah.
Because he tried out for Batman, and so did Josh Hartnett.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh.
Right. And then they gave it to Christian Bale, but like apparently Cillian's audition was so good that he was like,
that's how he got Scarecrow.
You got to be the Scarecrow.
Yeah. But like I don't know a movie outside of this where he delivers on this level. Like the only comparable
28 Days Later.
No, I wouldn't say that. The only thing
or
where
Sunshine.
Okay, can you let me
Peaky Blinders?
Literally what I was about to say.
Peaky Blinders.
The only thing that I can see him being so commanding in is Peaky Blinders, right?
Yeah.
So like it's good to finally see him in a movie role where he fucking commands on the screen like he does in Peaky Blinders.
Yeah,
that's fair. I don't know why Nolan can't do women. Why can't he do women?
I don't know.
I can't.
Like they're supposed to be like smart, capable women.
Yep.
And fucking the one is just lovesick, fucking.
She's got issues.
Lovesick and has issues, and then the other one's just a drunk.
Yeah.
Like
apparently.
But she doesn't really have much to do other than that one scene. Like when she's getting interrogated, like that's her moment. And I was like, really?
Yeah,
like that's all you're gonna give her?
Exactly. And like everything leading up to this, all you've done is just paint her as a drunk the entire time.
Yeah.
You gave her nothing.
And like even Florence Pugh, like she's good in what she gets to, but like she's literally just a lovesick woman.
Yeah, that's a Nolan issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she reminded me a lot of the girl from Inception.
Marion Cotillard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roles are very similar.
Yeah. I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say so. But it's getting him to say the words while she's fucking him was kind of fun.
Yeah, I'll let you know if that's in the book.
That was weird.
Yeah.
That was super fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, there's some weird moments in it, and I would have done some things differently, and I would have tightened it up a little bit. I think it went on a little too long after Trinity.
Yes.
I definitely think it would have gone on too long. But like, to me, it definitely feels like this is like, if he doesn't win this time, I think this is the best he's ever going to deliver.
What more can he do?
Yeah, no, this is the best he's ever going to deliver.
Yeah. Like he will win something, and he should win picture at this point, but like
Visuals for that fucking bomb alone.
Yeah. Like, it's a
Jesus.
very, very impressive movie, and it's a drama, but it feels like a thriller, and it keeps you invested
For 3 fucking hours.
For 3 hours. Like, I know it's not for everybody.
No.
Like, it's very like the gentleman beside me, he was like a puddle of goop at the end because he just like couldn't care less. But the guy beside him was fucking riveted.
Yeah.
And there were parts of it that I was riveted, like looking at it and being like, how the fuck did you do this?
Yeah.
How'd you pull this off?
Yeah.
And just
Like, get an Oppenheimer movie fucking greenlit.
I want
It's Chris Nolan. He can.
Sure, but still.
I want to see it again.
Yeah.
And just like go through it again, like the journey.
Yeah.
And just there's no one making movies like he is.
Correct.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Like, there's other
That's a full stop.
There's other filmmakers that are still making like
Great movies.
great movies and like certain styles, but like
He's in a world of his own.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's
on a level of his own too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is one of those directors. There's not many of them that guaranteed butts and seats.
Yeah.
Just from his name.
Yeah, but we're also putting him on a pedestal.
But like he needs to be on a pedestal.
Yeah. And you just know what you're getting into. You know,
Exactly.
You're going to get
And
your Nolanisms and all. And
Look at his filmography. His filmography speaks for itself. Like like you say, we put him on the pedestal, but he got there himself.
That's true.
yeah.
With everything that he's done. Name me a bad Nolan movie.
Well, Dark Knight Rises is a fucking mess.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's a fucking mess.
It's pretty bad.
It's a good movie,
Yeah.
but it's a fucking mess.
For sure. But how do you what do you classify Nolan bad? Like, right? Like, what how many stars did you give that movie?
I still like it a lot, but it is fucking messy. And again, he can't write women.
He can't write women. He definitely has some flaws. I will give him that. But there is not a bad movie in his filmography.
You big Insomnia fan?
To be honest with you, why don't you read some of the new stuff that people are writing about fucking Insomnia? People are saying that movie is like actually amazing.
I have it. I haven't seen it yet.
I've never seen it either.
Big Following fan?
I actually saw Following recently.
I've seen it too. Yeah.
That ending was a fucking gut punch.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Following. What about Doodlebug? You watch Doodlebug?
Doodlebug doesn't count. It's just short.
Counts.
Doesn't count.
Everything counts.
Everything counts.
Anyway.
Yeah. But I don't really know where to go, like, on this. Because, like, I thought it was amazing. You shouldn't watch it at 10 o'clock at night, but
No.
I thought it was an incredible piece of filmmaking, and I don't think we're going to see anything. Well, maybe Dune, but like, is Dune even coming out this year?
That's Denny.
Yeah.
Monsieur Villeneuve.
And like, I heard, Scorsese's supposed to be amazing too, and just
4 hours.
3.5.
Oh, thank God he trimmed it.
For now.
For now.
Wait for the extended Scorsese cut. 6 hours.
I'm just glad he trimmed it.
It's a must see.
Yep.
Absolute must see.
Yep.
You're not gonna have, like, I can't see what tops this year other than Scorsese or Denis.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We don't even know.
Yeah.
but I don't see what else is on the calendar for the rest of the year that would top Oppenheimer.
Nope.
Yorgos.
Yeah, definitely. The new Yorgos joint. It's a big blockbuster.
Yeah, that's gonna get fucking $1 billion.
New Michael Mann.
All three of us.
Yeah.
New Michael Mann. Greta Gerwig's Barbie that just made over $1 billion.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if Barbie gets fucking Best Picture over Oppenheimer, there's a problem.
Oh, it's gonna get they're both getting nominated.
Well, for sure they are.
They're both
For
getting
sure.
nominated.
10 nominees this year.
But anyway, it's a big
Anyway.
recommend.
Highly big recommend.
Yeah.
Is that all we got for today?
That's all we got for today. My new blues came in. They came in today, so I haven't been able to look
Next
at them
episode,
yet.
we'll finally bring back the new blues. It's been a bit since we've done them, but I also feel like we've talked about 8,000 movies in this episode. So
We did talk about
I feel
quite a
pretty
few.
good about it.
Yeah, I feel pretty good too. I feel pretty good. Tony, do you feel pretty good? Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I think I'm pretty good.
Nice.
Love it.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nice.
But thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you back at our regular scheduled time in 2 weeks. And till then, keep watching the start. No, I don't know. Watch some movies. We gave you a bunch in this one episode that I think you can pick from.
Yeah.
There's a bunch. Maybe not Dave's May or worst, but like Tony and I give you a lot.
And we gave you some movies to avoid.
Yes,
This is true.
Yes,
This
yes,
is
we
true.
did. We did name quite a bit to just not. Unless if you. I mean, I'm not here to tell you what to do. If you want to, you can do it. You can watch Anger Management. You can watch what was it? Bad Things. You can watch fucking Heart of Stone. You shouldn't, but you can.
True
But
facts.
who the fuck are we?
But who the fuck are we? We're just three white guys on a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just swing our dicks.
Yeah. Till next time. I'm James.
Big tasty.
Dramatic Dave.
This has been the Finger Guns Podcast. See you later.
You're Dave the Destroyer. Come on, man.